this is Alice's JCP, and welcome back to What If Deku Had an Explosion Quirk. Now, this is part 4. So, we last left off when Class 1A went to the USJ for rescue training, but they were cut short because they were in the middle of attack from the League of Villains. Deku got separated from his classmates except for two other Suyu Asui and Minori Mineta. They managed to fight their way through until Deku had to fight the Nomu on his own by using his super explosion quirk and also his and one for all. He managed to destroy the Nomu completely. And yeah. So without any further ado, let's get on to the what if, shall we? So we start today when Class 1A wondered if there's going to be a substitute teacher or they're going to just have a day off because Mr. Aizawa was actually in the hospital, but to their surprise, Mr. Aizawa came back, except he looked like a mummy. He announced to class that they all should prepare something diabolical. They should prepare for the UA Sports Festival. Everyone in UA had 2 days before the UA Sports Festival. Everyone trained to see more potential in their quirks. But for Deku, he needs to figure out how to use more of one for all, because he can barely use 100, not barely, 100, barely use 20% of one for all. Now today was the UA Sports Festival. Miss Minai announces everyone that they'll be doing 3 types of, challenges. The first one is a whole lap around the arena, around the stadium. They all begin, and Shoto, without any hesitation, throws the entrance so nobody can go through, except for some of Class 1A. They all ran, and then they had encountered a lot of robots. Deku just blew them up, just blew them up. Then he kept going, until he strangely just carried one part with him, just in case. And then there was Grand Canyon. He managed to use his feet to cause an explosion, making him fly across the canyons. Then it was the landmines. Deku knew what to do. He took the piece from the robot and then gathered all the landmines. Just to, they know that landmines weren't powerful, but bring it all together, they might create enough force to let someone flying. He jumped on one of them with the robot part, of course, and then he went flying. Bakugo and Todoroki saw this. Deku just flying with a robot part. Then Deku saw a landmine under them, and then he hit it. The landmine exploded, giving Deku another boost. But he needed to go even faster, and he activated the explosions on his feet, giving him even more boost. He flew through the finish line. And he won, but he like slide on the ground. Yeah, that was kind of stupid. And now the second round. It was the cavalry battle. Miss Midnight announced the first person that won the race gets 10 million points. Then that made him a big target. He went up to Bakugo and said, "Hey, Kachan, let's team up." "Sorry, no." What? "Listen, as much as I want to, and because we're quirk twins, I can't help you, man. You got a bounty on your ass. And besides, I already got a team. Sorry." "John, you traitor!" "Hey, and you better not lose in this one. If you lose, then I can't even fight you." "Okay, Kachan." And then Deku looked around, and then everyone kind of ignored him. Except for Ochako Uraka saying, "Hey, Deku, let's team up. It's always good to team up with someone you like. And then Deku started spraying tears out of his eyes. They went to, and then hey, my Hatsume, he asked if they can join, and then also Tokiyami. It was now the cavalry battle, and then they begin. Pretty much some of the stuff went same as canon, except when instead of Deku using One for All to push away Todoroki's flames, he used an explosion to hit Todoroki in the face, causing him to throw off balance and landing on the floor, causing them to have a 30-second penalty. Well, Todoroki's team to causing a 30-second penalty. But before Todoroki fell on the floor, her Deku quickly grabbed his 10 million points back. And then they left off. The time runs out, and then Deku and his team became landed in first place. Now the third round, it was the fighting match. The first one was Izuku Midoriya versus Shinzo. I know this is not like original, but listen, we're following the main character. Deal with it. So, Deku gets it's up in the stadium, and then he was greeted by Shinzo saying, "No, it's actually kind of nice of having a flashy quirk." Deku stays silent, and then Shinzo is talking about Ojiro's pride and how he easily lost, and then that triggered Deku, and then Deku talked. And then Shinzo says, "Good, walk off the stage." Deku was about to walk off stage. To One for All channeled her tips, activating an explosion towards his fingers, and resulting him breaking one of his fingers. Shinzo asking how did he break through his brainwashing, but then Deku just took one stare at Shinzo, aimed his hand towards him, and just activated a giant explosion towards him. Deku walked towards him and said, "Shinzo, you're not gonna win just by talking to someone. You need to actually fight them. Try building up your strength, or ask Mr. Aizawa for combat lessons." You know, I'll do that. Thank you. Then the next match started. "Todoroki, please use your flames on me." Huh? "The way I'm gonna learn is by you going all at it. Use 100%. "No, I refuse to use my old man's quirk. I will rely on my mother's." Then, once Shoto said that, he fires a giant iceberg towards Deku. Deku aimed his hands towards the ice wall, and then concentrated his sweat palms towards the iceberg and fired a giant explosion towards it. Good thing he had One for All, or else that didn't work. "So, you're planning to go all out? Well, I'm not going to." After iceberg after explosion after iceberg after explosion, both of them are really tired. Deku's hands look like they're about to break, and both his arms look like they're scorched. Todoroki's right side looks like it's almost frozen up, and he looks like he's about to pass out. After explosion after iceberg after explosion after iceberg, Izuku had enough and yelled out, "It's yours! Your quirk, not his! Be the hero that you want to be!" Shoto sees this and had a flashback, and yada yada yada. You guys know what happens. Then Shoto finally activates his fire quirk, melting down the frost from his right. He's saying, "I want to become a hero that I want to be." Then Deku activating one for all, not 100, 20% over his body, full calling. And then he gets ready for an explosion. Shoto freezes a wall behind him, and then yells out Flash Freeze Heat Wave, where Deku yells out Detroit explosion. The both powers collided, and then a giant explosion occurred. But luckily, Deku had more firepower, which leads to his victory. And now it was Ida versus Deku. Deku knew that Ida will day soon use his reciprocal burst. And then Deku think that he might have to go all out like he did with Shoto. One for all, 20% full calling. He activated his explosion. And he's even faster than Ida. Ida couldn't even catch up to him. Deku comes with a flying kick towards Ida, knocking Ida off the ring. Then, it was now the final round, Bakugo versus Deku. They both climbed onto the stage and then Bakugo said, "Hey Izuku, let's show them a real show. Let's go all out, 100%. Got it?" "Oh, you just read my mind, Kachan." Deku activating 100, well, not 100. Why do I keep mixing that up? 20% full calling. He gets ready. He uses an explosion to jump in the air. He as far as in the high, and then he dolphins dies face down, and then he starts spinning with an explosion attack, and then creates a giant explosion tornado, and then Bakugo yells, "Now it's my turn." Activates explosions on his hands, and then starts spinning and yelling, "Housing impact!" Then both of the explosions collided, and then a gigantic boom happened. Everywhere was smoke. The smoke dissipated, and then Deku was the last man standing. If you can see, it looks like both his arms are completely charred, covered in blood. But he gave it his all. Bakugo's not dead. He's just knocked out. I hope. But anyway, that declares Deku the winner of the sports festival. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please leave a like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you guys will never miss a video. And also comment down below on if you guys want me to do another what if or continue a what if. Different type of what if. So thank you guys for watching this video. I'll see you guys next time.